You must have lost your mind in Spain. They just okay, that's a lot to read. Let's just watch a video.
You must have lost your mind. In Spain, they just legalized residence of 500,000 illegal aliens.
What the fuck?
In France, they throw grenades into hair salons in a broad daylight. In
Oh,
Germany,
gosh.
not a single day goes by without someone being murdered with a knife.
You know why politicians are okay with this? Is because they're not in hair salons and they're not getting knifed by these extremists. That's why they're okay with this. They're fine as long as they're not getting hurt. They will allow these people in.
In Sweden, for example, you have bomb attack every other day.
Wow,
I can
what the fuck?
continue, but you just don't care. Those are not real problems for the European left-wing politicians. No, you
Yep.
are going to solve the situation in Minnesota. You are seriously discussing here the rule of law in United States and criticizing American government for deporting illegal aliens, for deporting criminals out of their territory in the same time when Western European cities are
Oh wait, this is the Western. The European like council meeting, and they're talking about America. What a bunch of useless morons, right? Holy crap! Like, why aren't you worried about yourself? You're worried about some law, and you're worried about some department in U.S. when you have your own problems to deal with. Christ, no wonder Europe's a shithole now. You know what? When I was younger, I always dreamed about living in Europe. I love France. I love Germany. I love Poland. You know, the whole fucking debacle, the whole fucking deal. Everything, the culture there is amazing. It's one of my favorite cultures in the world. But as I grew up, and then Elon Musk bought Twitter. Everything just got exposed. Everything became obvious. I don't want to fucking I don't want. Oh yeah, also 9gag too. As sad as it sounds, even 9gag has better news information than CNN or MSN. Like you see all these crimes going on, and like how these refugees would come in and rape girls. It's fucking crazy, right? And then all these politicians in Europe are trying to remain in power so they can are trying to remain in power by screwing over their own citizens, endangering women.
Gradually turning into a war zones. We should do exactly the same. We should deport them from Europe and not legalize their stay. We should listen to them and not what you are proposing to all of us. Everybody can see now you are enemies of Europe. You hate Europe, you hate our nations, and you want to destroy the future for our children. We should stop you. We should defeat you politically if we want to survive. Otherwise, it will be the end of Europe.
Oh, yeah, well said, right? This guy, he's speaking facts. People, I just let those middle-aged Karens complain, right? When, you have ICE doing their job, like, just let them bitch and whine. Because, they're obviously not in the front lines, right? They don't run the hair salons. They don't have to deal with bombings. It's only like the people that are working around in like poor neighborhoods where these refugees are staying at that have to deal with these violent people, and the politicians, right? I think what is it, like all the these Democrat mayors that live in that are in these big cities, they all live in like really good neighborhoods, super secure, super safe. You think Barack Obama's a Democrat? That guy lives in Martha Vineyard. Okay, that guy doesn't understand the common folk. Even if he was poor back then, people always forget their lessons. People forget that they were where they were grounded, and they just once they get a taste of the elite life, they don't want to let that go. So they would do anything they can to hang on to that, and they would definitely screw a bunch of people over to protect and retain their good life over yours. Think about it. You think that these politicians genuinely care about poor people? Like Gavin Newsom, for example, do you think that he really cares about you or AOC? Because Gavin Newsom, he lived in Marin County, which is a rich like a rich area in California, right? I think like there's a high concentration of rich people. It's not like San Francisco where you have like a strong concentration of rich people and a strong concentration of poor people there. But in Marin County, I think it's like middle upper class and above only. There's like very little poor people in that area. And then he moved on over to Sacramento, which is like the capital of California, and then he lives in like some posh neighborhood in there. Like why don't he go live in some poor area, right? Because he doesn't want to. He knows that those poor areas are shit, and and he's like, fuck that. I'm too smart to deal with this shit. I'm just gonna brainwash my fans and keep them dumb so I can keep living in a good area. Fuck that. Fuck you guys. Peace out. And he's gonna run for president too. Yeah, that will really secure his power. I think what Trump should do is to investigate him and see if those wineries that he owns are actually legitimate. And if it's not legitimate, he should definitely put him in jail. It's just to make an example out of him. Because if you make an example out of him, I think like politicians will start to like back off, right? Think about the situation in China when Xi Jinping took over. Like all these politicians, I think like if they make more than 20 mil from bribery, it's execution all the way, right? And before Putin's rule, Putin he actually has the balls to kill the oligarchs if if there's a blatant corruption. And ever since Putin's rule, I think like the purchasing power of their citizen went up by 5 times. So you need. I think like Trump needs to be more ruthless. He's not ruthless enough. He's obviously holding back for some reason. I don't know why. Like he could easily just send the FBI to investigate Tim Walz, and he would have been cooked. But for some reason, Trump doesn't want to do that. This is what's so confusing about me. I thought the guy was absolutely ruthless, but no, he's just letting these people go.